Thousands of jobs created by government fund and more legal argument against e-tolling. Good evening to you, I'm Greg Hoos. The government's jobs fund has created nearly 200,000 jobs so far. The 9 billion rand fund was established last year to help finance job creation projects. Deputy Finance Minister Nhlanhla Nene has told a parliamentary hearing that initial call for proposals attracted 2,500 applications. The fund has provided more than 1 billion rand to approve projects which are expected to create 186,000 jobs. The Development Bank of SA, which runs the fund, has called for a second round of applications and expects to pay out another 3 billion rand over the next year. Anti-e-tolling activists have argued that the system is impractical, irrational and virtually impossible to enforce. They have been advancing some of their arguments in their urgent interdict application in the North Gauteng High Court in Pretoria. The activists want the court to stall Monday's launch of the system pending a full court review. Candice Klein reports.
If the open road tolling system goes ahead, opponents argue, motorists would be made to pay much more for collecting toll fees than they would have paid for the highway upgrade itself. Opponents argue that the system will be impossible to implement with an estimated 70,000 defaulters per day. They also accuse SANRAL of misleading the Transport Minister by promising a viable public transport system by the time e-tolls come into operation. Arguments continue tomorrow. Candice Klein, SABC News, Pretoria.
About 200 COSATU members have demonstrated at the National Transport Department offices in Pretoria in an attempt to stop government from implementing the Gauteng e-tolling system. COSATU's Gauteng chairperson, Puta Seki.
We are also saying that moving from here, we are mobilizing our members not to pay, not to buy the e-tolls. We must boycott them and we must make sure that no one buys them until government listen to the masses of our people. This is about privatizing the public roads, which as COSATU we cannot agree on that.
The price of Brent crude oil, which South Africa uses, has fallen slightly on a report that Iran's envoy to Russia says Iran may consider a halt to its atomic program. If oil continues to slide, this could bode well for a fuel price cut in the coming months. However, the bad news for now is that prices will go up next week. The Energy Department's announced that the price of all grades of petrol will rise by 28 cents a litre. The price of diesel will increase by between 9.4 cents and 8.4 cents a litre. The price of paraffin will increase by 9 cents a litre. Nedbank economist Isaac Mashego.
The rand has pulled back a bit over the past week and a half, but early in the month we saw it going down to about the 8 rand per dollar. And again, when you look at international oil prices, those were very high. We've seen a bit of a pullback in the past 10 days or so, but those were the two main factors. But additionally, the increase in the slate levy by about 4.4 cents a litre contributed to the increase in domestic fuel prices.
The International Relations Minister, Maite Nkwana Mashabane, has praised the SADC region for its ability to maintain political stability and peace. She was addressing the National Assembly during her department's budget vote.
SADC region is progressing well in areas of peace and security, and we have proudly and successfully held elections in Seychelles, in Zambia, and the DRC, and these are signs pointing in the right direction for the political future of SADC.
The head of Israel's armed forces, Benny Gantz, says he doesn't think Iran will develop nuclear weapons. He made the comments in an interview with an Israeli newspaper, clashing with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's assessment. The Prime Minister said last week that Iran is feverishly working to develop atomic weapons. The top story at 6 o'clock, the government's jobs fund has created nearly 200,000 jobs so far.